Today we're going to build an amortization schedule. This is a real tool that the bankers use when they're calculating the total value of your loan. So this is a real life example, and I'm going to use a $1 million 30-year mortgage with a rate of 6%. Now this sheet is already done here. We're just going to go through a couple of things, and then I'm going to show you how to recreate this sheet. So the number of years, it's a 30-year mortgage, so you see 30 years here, all right? Number of months, because you make a monthly payment, you don't make yearly payments, is 30 multiplied by 12, that's 360 periods. Interest payment is 6, but you want the monthly interest rate, which is the 6 divided by 12, and your principal, which is the amount that you're borrowing, and this is the magic number here highlighted in yellow, 5995.51. How do the bankers come up with this number? So you see this formula here, and what I'm going to show you now is how to recreate the sheet and get this number. So you start here, just click, left click with your mouse, highlight straight across, straight from period, straight across to new balance, highlight this, Control C, and you're going to copy, and you're going to move into this new sheet here, and just Control V and paste. Looking a bit jumbled, come up here, and as you see these arrows pointing out, double click, and the text will adjust. So nice and neat there for you. So I'm going to remove this payment number and show you how to get this back. So remember, what you know is you have a 30-year mortgage, right? 360 payments, the 6%, the monthly interest is the 6% divided by 12. This is the amount that you're borrowing. How do you come up with this payment number? How do the bankers do it? So simple. In this box here, you're going to put the equal sign PMT, that's the formula, open brackets. Now you're seeing the formula here, rate, which will be the rate, but what you want is the monthly rate. So click on the monthly rate, comma. What you want to know is the number of payments here, number of payments, 360, comma. What's the present value? Well, that's the amount that you're borrowing, this $1 million here, comma, put that in. The present, that's the present value. Future value, well, that's where you want to get to, so that's going to be 0. That's when you finish pay the loan. And that part where you saw type, just type in 0. So 0, 0, close brackets, enter. Now you see you get back 5995.51. Now this is in red, it automatically comes up in red. When you think about it, what's happening here? Well, this is money coming out of your pocket on a monthly basis. So money coming out of your pocket on a monthly basis, but just for the sake of this spreadsheet and for the sake of these formulas, what I'm going to do is coming right in front of the payment here and put a minus sign, because we don't want to mess up the formulas going down, right? So this is your magic number, 5995.51. This is the formula here. Now, the period, 0, so this is where we're starting off from. So this is here, this is day 1 of the loan. You just got your loan today, you signed your agreement. So you have a payment to make next month. So this is your first payment. Now, we already know it's 360 months, 360 payments. So you want this to move in increments. You want this to move down. So what you would do is you could put in a formula here. It would be this here, which is A9 plus 1. And that's the formula. Now, you could come and you could drag it down here, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4. But we don't want to do that all the way down to 360, right? So I'm going to show you the 2 ways that you can drag it all the way down. So actually, let's drag it all the way down just for the benefit. That might be easier. So you drag all the way down and you go all the way down to somewhere around 300 and let's see, 369. Let's see. Right, so we need a couple more, just about 4 more. And these are your payments, right? You can drag it all the way down, or you can come in here. This is just a trick that I'm going to show you. Control C, come in the box here. Because you know it is 369, you just type in A369 and hit Shift, Enter, and Control End is going to take you straight to the bottom. You see you have 360. Control Home, you're right back up to the top. So we have our 360 periods. So let's go to the month. So let's say this is the 1st of September 2022. Just got your loan. So you actually have a payment. You're going to make a payment the 1st of October 2022. Again, now you want to populate all of these cells. What you can do, left click, highlight here. This little button at the corner here, when you see the plus sign in bold here, double click, voila. And we go all the way down. Let's see, this should take us to 2052. So just hit Control N to see. Let's see where we end up. 360, 2052. That will be when you complete paying the loan. Let's move on now. What you're going to do with the balance. So the new balance here is really this here because you haven't paid anything. It's the 1 million. And you do the same thing in this cell here. C number 10 equals $1 million. That's your balance. Now, okay, what's happening with the interest, what's happening with the principal, and what's the new balance? That's what we're going to work out right now. Another formula. So what you're going to do to get the interest, monthly interest, click here because it's the 1 million multiplied by your monthly interest, right? That's the 6% divided by 12. And you can hit enter, but I'm going to tell you why you don't do that. Before you do that, come up in here and highlight B4. And the reason why you want to highlight B4 is because you want to be able to pull this formula straight down. And to lock this cell, what you're going to do is type F4 on top. So when you type F4, you see $2 signs coming in there, one before the B and one after, and you hit enter. So your interest for the month is $5,000 in that first month. Same thing, principal. What you want to do, you want to know what the principal is, how much just principal alone, right? So you're going to take the principal and interest because this is what this payment is here. Principal and interest. This 5995 is 0.51 is principal and interest. You're going to take that and minus the interest that was paid, and that is how you're going to get the only principal. But again, you want to lock this cell, so you're going into B6 and click F4, enter. Now this is looking a bit jumbled, so you want to reduce the decimal points. You can do that. You can do that. If you want to, just for, to make it look a little neat, you can bring it in. So your principal is $995. This is your loan right here. Now, if you watch this and you come down to the bottom right here, you see this adds up to 5995 by 0.51. This is your payment. And this is what's going to happen straight down, as you will see. Now your new balance, you come here, and the balance is really just, your new balance is the 1 million minus the principal, and that's your balance. You don't need to lock any cells, and you can just, you see right here. So look at this. Look at this now. Your balance, your interest, your principal, your new balance. This is your first month of payments. Highlight this, go straight across, and you might want to put in some dollar signs here. So let's do that. Put in a dollar sign and come right to the bottom right here and click. Boom. This is your entire amortization schedule. Let's check. Let's go to the end. Control End. And you see here, your future value is 0. You have paid off your loan in 2052. This Control Home. Let's go back up to the top. This is your amortization schedule right here. Now what I want you to know, let's just look at this. Every one of these rows is going to add back up to 5995. Look down in the corner here. Any one of these rows, if we put interest and principal, 5995, anywhere you go on the sheet is going to add up because this is your monthly payment. What I want you to pay attention to is interest and principal. How much of your interest goes towards, how much of your payment goes towards interest? Well, let's look at that, all right? This is your interest in the first payment divided by your payment. Let's lock this cell again because we want to pull this formula straight down. So F4, enter. Click on the percent button because it shouldn't be a dollar sign. 83%. 83% of your interest, of your payment goes towards paying interest. I want you to look at that. Let's see how much it goes towards principal. Same principal divided by the payment. Let's lock this cell. F4. Boom. Change that to a percentage sign. And now we can drag across double click on the bottom, and this is it. This is what I want you to see. If you scroll all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, look at when your loan is, in a sense, if you want to say your payment is breaking even, all the way to 2041. This is when your payment is breaking even. This is why it's important to understand how these schedules work, understand the tools that they use to control home, understand what the bankers use, right? So in about roughly in some minutes, you can create your own sheet working step by step. This is an actual schedule. This is an actual real life example of a $1 million mortgage, what your monthly payment would be, how it would be split. Stay tuned for the next video where I show you how you can insert a column and prepay and see how you can save on interest. I hope that this was helpful. Click the like button, subscribe, and look out for the next video.